I just want people to hear the way you guys treat me.
Well, as good
Yeah,
as
I
I
want people
can.
to hear you not listening and then telling me I'm doing stuff. Stop talking. I'm doing stuff.
I can only say this, Gary. Don't get near my cage, or I'll bite you.
What do they got in there? King Kong?
We grew up on television. The tube was our babysitter. Guidance through the tube. Morals sent by transmitter. This is where you go to get down to the know about great TV shows all on one show. It's time for some TGIF right here on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield. Thank God it's Friday on Pop Culture Minefield.
All right, having some fun with that tune there. This episode is brought to you by Cross-Dressing Gary. All right.
I have a request. Can we rename this into TFIF? Thank fuck it's Friday.
Yeah, I'm going to probably rename this show anyway.
That's what I feel like today.
Well, it's just going to be another, because we talk about movies and stuff on this. And occasionally we have guests, and I kind of want to take the TGIF and make it its own show, like maybe do a 1 hour wrap-up show in the morning, talk about all the bullshit that happened this week. But Dragon Rose is here.
Gary, if you change it to a morning show, I won't be on there. I work Fridays.
Well, of course not. Yeah, I don't expect it to. It's just going to be me talking for about an hour, complaining about shit, doing what I used to do, talking about how stupid some of these producers are in Hollywood.
Just Gary being Gary.
Yeah, sounds like a day that ends with a Y.
Yeah, it's just Gary on another day. So Dragon Ruse is here. Good to see you, man. We got 9 people watching. I'm assuming some of those are on Twitter. I haven't shut out the show yet, so I got to go do my shout out. Go over on Twitter. And I'm curious, are people enjoying my new thumbnails? Because I love the crap out of Grok, man. Creating these things like the one we're using right now for today's show is I use Grok to make that. And I like the way it turned out. I mean, look at that. And they did a really good job with Bill Paxton.
I think they're a lot of fun.
Joe doesn't look happy.
No.
No, Joe looks irritated with him. There's a little bit of jealousy at first. Hi, Penny.
Hi, Penny. And
Monkey
hi,
Jeebus is here, too. What's up, my friend? Hey, what? I worked on Mighty Joe Young back in the 90s? Were you still Japanese back then? Because technically it's a kaiju film. There's a kaiju channel that I like to watch. He did a really good review of the 1949 film, which, I guess I want to say something about it. We'll probably do a show about it. It is a classic film. But it's Willis O'Brien stepped back, and because a young Ray Harryhausen had gone to Willis O'Brien to work on King Kong, and he just wanted to do it himself. He was focused, and I personally felt that that film suffered from Kong not looking gorilla enough. It didn't look like a real gorilla most of the time, 99% of the time. There were a couple of shots that were pretty good. And they did change the sculpt throughout the movie. A lot of people don't know that Kong changed throughout the movie. and there was one sculpt that was more gorilla-like. Gorilla. But in 1940, well, they did Son of Kong, and I don't like that movie. I never did. It's not even a story. It's just a bunch of shit happening. And it doesn't have a beginning, middle, or end. It's just a bunch of stuff that happens and it's over. But Mighty Joe Young, they tried to get a good story going. They have this weird incident at the end that I think is necessary because Mighty Joe Young, we see him really get freaked out. They get him drunk.
Yeah.
A bunch of assholes give him booze, and he goes off on a tirade, tearing shit up, and he kills a couple of lions. Like, just fucking kills them, slaughters them. I'm like, oh my God.
By my account, he killed 2 or 3 lions.
Yeah, I remember 2, but I won't argue with that. I just remember that it was brutal. And it's like, how are we supposed to root for this character? Because he's a nice character. He's a good ape, you know, but he went ape shit. And then all of a sudden, as he's being, courted off to hide him, there's this fire at a school home for wayward kids or orphans. Catches fire, and out of the blue, this place just shows up in the story, and he goes up there and rescues him. And as I recall, he dies at the end of the film.
No, he doesn't.
Did he survive? I can't remember.
Yes.
It's been a long time. I haven't seen it in about 30 years.
They play the same move that they did in this one, that he falls and everybody, oh my God, he's dead. But no, he's not.
And then they cart him away and hide him because he's something that shouldn't be out in public. But he's not as big as Kong. He's just about like 3 times to 4 times the size of a man, which is scary as shit because a single gorilla, silverback gorilla, would just rip a human being apart.
Well, I think this one, in this version, the 98 version, is bigger than the 49 version.
15 feet. According to
I don't know.
IMDb.
I don't know the metrics, but it looks bigger than the original.
That's according to IMDb.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that either. He could be. I don't know. All I know is that this is a far more realistic. And I want to point out again that Rick Baker started at the same time as, I just forgot his name, that did the effects for Congo. He worked on the Terminator. He did the Predator. Helped him design the Predator on an airplane. Helped on The Thing. He did the kennel scene in The Thing. He's a very good special effects makeup guy, but he is not good at apes. His apes were very bad. The elbows and shoulders were wrong. So when they walked, they looked really weird. They only looked good at a distance. Whereas this one, you could get close-ups on that ape face. And he did so much animatronics.
Especially the eyes.
The eyes, the eyes are more realistic in this.
Yeah.
They look like gorilla eyes. And that's because there's no human eyes hiding behind that. The human head is further back and up higher. So the face is actually slightly lower on the actor that did Joe. Hi, Tom Baker. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good day. So he's up almost as late as you, honey.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in Europe, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's in Belgium, so I think we're in the same time zone.
Yeah, what we like to call here in the United States, Little France.
Oh, Jesus.
I just want to see if he's going to say some shit back.
Don't do that. He's probably way above that.
No, he should say shit to me.
No, he knows you.
I invite it.
So
I invite abuse from friends on the show and that watch the show. Monkey Jeeves gets it.
You invite that by existing, Gary. You don't even have to.
It's
say
true. I
something.
insist upon myself. I'm like the Godfather. Waffle Town. So, Monkey, if you did work on the film, so what was the shoot like? Because it gets handed a lot of shit over it being a Disney movie, but I'm like, RKO was really the production company, wasn't it? And Disney just helped finance.
But
as I recall.
man, does it looks like a Disney movie.
Well, it's a Christmas movie. It's a kids movie. They wanted to make it friendly because the original Mighty Joe Young was for kids.
Friend, oh, you're gonna make me start with this, right?
Start with what?
It's friendly. This movie doesn't know what it is. I don't know if it's a goofy Gorillas on the Mist or it's a very dark version of the original Mighty Joe Young.
It has a darker beginning than that. It's got the Disney Bambi opening.
It's a dark.
Bambi gets to watch.
Way.
You know, he loses his parents. You know, so in this one, you've got a villain who's a very good actor, by the way.
I love that guy, but I hate this character. It's Russian Jafar. That I think they missed.
He was perfect in the movie The Saint with Val Kilmer.
Yes, I love that guy, man. Even in the 2 or 3 lines that he says in Batman Begins are awesome.
Oh yeah, he's the hobo that gets his jacket. Yeah, I love that.
And he was Boris the Blade in Snatch. Dude, Boris the Blade
he's great in Snatch, that whole heist thing. We're gonna have to do that movie because that is a classic British crime thriller comedy. Because it is comical, some of the shit that happens in there. That is what's his name? Guy Ritchie at his best. Snatch, Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels. Good God, jump back, hit myself. I love that fucking movie. So, but anyway, that actor's first time I remember really having him on my radar. Hold on, let me double check something real quick here. Also, his assistant in it, I know him from a lot of movies too. David Paymer is so funny and annoying in this movie. Rade how do you pronounce his last name?
Who?
Serbedzija? Zisha?
How do I pronounce that name?
Chat, I tell you.
Very badly.
Yeah, put it in private chat and I'll tell you.
It's spelled like Serbed, like Serb, Serbedzija.
Wait, I have to type it to see it. Spell it again.
Serbedzija.
Yeah.
Serbedzija. Serbedzija. I don't know. Oh, I think the J's silent.
That would be Serbedzija.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Serbedzija.
So I said it right. Yay, me.
Almost, yeah. I mean, you heard some Croatian for me, and that's not that far away.
So, because I think where he got on my radar was because of The Saint. Because he was so good in that fucking movie as the main villain. You've seen that movie, honey. You like that movie.
Which one?
Val Kilmer, The Saint.
Oh, yeah. I barely remember, but yeah, I've seen it. I think that was back when I was still in Croatia.
It was.
Long ago.
But I'm looking to see when he did.
Oh, come on, Jeebus. That's just mean.
Stormare, I love. Yeah, he was in a lot of foreign films, and it seems like his first real American film was this movie.
That is so important to point out, Tom. You invited the prize, not the French.
Yeah, this is a movie that got my attention for him as an actor because I liked his look. And then he was in The Saint, and he was so good in that. And then I ended up renting, I think. I didn't go see it in the theater. I rented it, Eyes Wide Shut. And he was such a creepy character in that. He's just really good at what he does. You know what I mean?
Yes. Playing shady guys.
Yes. And he makes him even likable to a certain point. And I think that is one of the best villains that oh my God, he's such a bad guy. He kills people, but he's so funny and endearing.
Well, there you have Hans Gruber, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Very good point. Very good point. We've had Tintin and many other comic books in great shock chocolates and invented French fries, not the French. Yeah, but Belgian fries just sounds gross. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm just fucking with you, buddy.
God damn.
I love Belgium. I love Belgium. It's a great country.
Don't listen
It
to
really
him, Tom.
is.
All he knows is the US version of fries.
Hey, I'm
That
saying nice
doesn't even
things.
compare to what you're
Saying
doing.
nice things. Tell them to
Yes,
listen to me when
nobody
I'm saying
believes
nice.
you. No one believes you
What?
anyway.
You know, one of the best things that came out of Belgium? Tom
Oh,
knows.
my God.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, yeah.
Or as his real name is, Jean-Claude van Fastenberg.
Well, Jean-Claude to begin with.
Him and his daughter, because that is a cutie.
Did Brussels sprouts come from there? I'm curious. That's funny because I love that. I love Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
I'll eat
yeah.
the shit out of them. But I love the British are such assholes by calling them chips. They're French fries, motherfucker. Oh, those are chips. Oh, what do you call potato chips? We call those crisps.
Yeah, they're just being obnoxious and British.
Typical fucking British. No, I love the Brits too.
Limeys.
Got a lot of limey friends. Oh, seriously? That's kind of
Very
cool.
cool.
Did you see his movie JCVD? I got it before it had any of the dubbing or subtitles. I just watched the film without subs. It's great. I'm like, look at that. Fucking Van Damme can act.
Yes.
That was a happy surprise to see him actually act. I am a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme. I am. I'm a fan of all the really great martial, and I'm friends with a few of them. And I worked with Don the Dragon Wilson, and I'm friends with his brother too.
He had a couple of scenes in a comedy called Welcome to the Jungle. It's like
yes,
I love that.
it's like
He
it's a
goes down
survival,
fighting with
it's like a
tiger.
Survivor TV series thing, and yeah, then it goes off the rails. I got an early copy of that. I got a presser copy. It was really good. It's like a step above SD, but below HD.
It's like a comedy based on Lord of the Flies, but with grown-ups.
Yeah. And by the way, I want to point out too, I'm a huge fan of Peter Stormare. I love that guy.
Who isn't?
First time I saw him was in Mercury Rising with Bruce Willis. He was one of the villains, one of the henchmen. And god damn, he was good. It says Cecil de France, but from Belgium, worked with Eastwood and in America. Who's Cecil de France?
Cecile.
Cecile.
Yes,
Cecile de France.
an actress.
Yeah, that's a
according
woman.
to Tom.
That's a woman. Yeah.
So going back to this film, we got Peter Firth in it too. He's the henchman for the main villain. And he's a wee bit Scottish in the film, if you don't catch it. Even though I don't know if he is of Scottish descent. But he's got a name like Colin Firth, so I wonder if he's related to Colin.
Well, his character's name is Gareth, so it's very Scottish.
Oh my God, he was so good in Fargo. Him and that fucking wood chipper was worth the price of admission. Now, I like this updated RKO logo they do at the beginning of the film. Well, he has no relation to Colin Firth. Huh, that's interesting.
You see, this is
You've got Robert
Diane
Wisdom in it that plays Coeli, the helpful African in it. And then you got Naveen Andrews, who's been in a lot of shit. He
now.
plays their guide, Pindi.
This cast,
funny.
the cast of the mother and the young Jill works perfect uh with old Jill.
Yes, Linda Pearl looks a lot like her. I am not a Charlize Theron fan, but she's good in this. I liked her in this film. But Linda Pearl, she's a gorgeous lady, man. She has that girl next door look.
Yeah, see, this is the Diane Fossey part. Welcome to Gorillas in the Mist.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I pointed that out to Anima while watching it, that she's sort of an homage to Dr. Fossey.
Diane Fossey.
And she's also a doctor, so you can say Dr. Fossey. And Fossey really put her life on the line to the point where hunters went out there and slaughtered her and everybody that was with her, hacked them up with machetes.
Yep.
And all she was trying to protect the apes. And they're very peaceful for the most part. The only thing that you'll find aggressive in the ape world is when you get too close to them. Silverbacks will, they're watching you very closely. You have to act very timid with them.
Otherwise, they feel challenged to
Yeah.
defend their.
You got to watch your eye contact, all that shit.
Yeah.
How you hold your head.
You want to be.
You'll catch
submissive.
videos every once in a while of guys that Silverback just says, "You're too close," and he comes over there and he starts he dragged one guy. I saw that video. Grabbed him and dragged him for about 5 feet, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And the guy didn't scream. He just let him drag him, and then he let him go.
I think that's the only way to survive this is to just let it drag you.
Yeah, in the ape world, the aggressive one is oddly the one that's closest related to us is the chimpanzee, and they're known for aggression, known for attacking other tribes, declaring war.
Yeah,
and known for cannibalism.
Chimpanzees are not the friendly monkey that everybody thinks they are. No.
Juveniles
No.
are. Juveniles are. But
And
once they become full mature,
And gorillas are not the monster that everybody thinks they are. They're so gentle.
yeah. Another ape that, Peter Gabriel even wrote a great song about it because it's such an intelligent ape, the bonobo. But they're also very dangerous. And there's almost no such thing as consensual sex, male to female, in that world. And also they'll RAPE other males.
Well, here's the thing that shocks most people. Dolphins are like that too.
Yeah,
yes.
Dolphins are.
I watched a video just the other day of a dolphin, not a porpoise, an actual bottlenose dolphin. Got sexually aggressive with a woman in the water, and his fellow was sticking out. She was like freaked out and scared, and well, she should have been, because God knows what he was going to do, because he was apparently very frustrated when he ran into the woman diver. So, yeah, nature, as they said on Family Guy, damn nature, you're scary.
Yes, it is.
And then you have wonderful stuff like swans mating for life.
Yeah, the
Never
song,
having another mate.
the song Peter Gabriel wrote was used in the Wild Thornberrys movie. I'll find it for you. Peter Gabriel's song about the bonobo ape. Because it actually what inspired him to write it was there was a bonobo ape that sat down next to him and was plucking on the keyboard. And he was just fascinated by it. What was that song called? Animal Nation. And he was inspired by the bonobo to write that song. And I think it's even mentioned in it in the outer chorus. Yeah, this is
Trying to remember that song.
This is where she's telling her everything's going to be fine, but it's not going to be fine. And this is where Joe, infant Joe, bites the trigger finger and thumb off of the bad guy. And by the way, the hand that he uses in one scene, that is a Rick Baker creation. There are 3 things involved in this film. A lot of prosthesis with suits for one actor to play Joe. Then there is the actual full-size Joe, who's usually sitting or standing, and his face works and his head works. They figured this stuff out all the way back in '94, back when Congo was done. He did such an amazing job on this. He got the lip to move like an ape does, where the lip will drop down. It's just fucking incredible what he did in this film. But they also have the first CG ape in this film. And they finally...
That's when he's climbing the Ferris wheel, right?
Also when he's running past the vehicle, the Jeep in the chase scene, where they're trying to capture him. That's CG Mighty Joe Young. And when he's climbing, it's definitely the CG ape.
Okay, a question. When he rampages into the party, and is that a photo composition or it's CGI?
Wait a minute. What are we talking about?
The party
Joe,
at the end.
No. When Joe gets upset and rampages into the party, you can see how people get flying.
Yeah, he throws one of them.
Yeah, before he really touches them, and I thought, oh, the gorilla is CGI. Is the gorilla CGI?
I don't think
or
that
is
one
rotoscope.
is. I think that is the actor in the suit, and they scaled him up. And those people are on stunt wires. And all of that stuff was done before, and then he went in there to match it. And I do believe that's the actor in that scene. I'm almost positive. Where you get, because I got to tell you, the CG they created was very real looking. They got the fur to work right. I couldn't believe what they pulled off in this. And of course, it only happened because Disney gave them the funding for it.
How big of a budget did they have?
Hey, Sander. How are you?
Hey,
Sandra Hammer's like, Congo!
No, the apes look much better. Fuck off.
don't tell him to fuck off. Hi, Sander.
I'm kidding.
Oh, well, I'm Kong all the way.
Well,
Always
I liked
have,
Peter
always be, will be.
Peter Jackson's Kong. I really did. I thought the story was better than the original.
Oh my God, Jim.
Fucking monkey. Fucking monkey.
I bet the expression that the dog is having on his picture is the internal expression that he has when he's trolling people.
Well, that actually looks like he's getting a tummy rub or something. That photo.
See, this guy.
No,
And of course, Sander
high.
is Hal 9000.
This character is straight out of a Disney animated movie.
I know. Well, they're very heightened. You'll notice all the characters in this are almost caricatures. This could have been an animated film easily. I won't argue with that, but I like it.
I mean, he's an asshole, but he's funny, so you kind of like him, even though he's
an
opportunist. And
that's Naveen Andrews, and that dude's like everywhere. He's still doing shit. I saw him in a movie not that long ago. Richard Ryle is in this movie too, or Real, how you want to pronounce it. He's the fat cop with the mustache at the end. He's been in, like, his big break was Office Space. Mighty Joe King Congo.
he must have.
Oh my God.
A name like that.
Naveen was so good in Planet Terror. He was Saeed Jarrah on Lost. He was one of the main characters.
No way.
What?
Oh, Lost. I thought I went to Lost in Space. No.
Yeah, yeah. What Monkey said. He was Merrick in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV show, not the movie.
Mm.
I love Bill Paxton in this. He's my favorite part of the film because I just love this guy. Just so down to earth. He's also in the Gap Club. He was. God rest his soul. Because he's got a gap like me.
You have a gap? No shit.
Yeah. However, he had a lousy plan. I'm gonna get to a striking distance of the gorilla, and I'm gonna take his blood. Yeah, right.
Well, he drops that quickly.
Well, no, the gorilla dropped them quickly.
Yeah, that too. That too.
But
But what I like
mean,
is
he
he's not a
has a
coward.
rifle with tranquilizers. Tranquilize the gorilla, then take the blood. Not take the blood while the gorilla is charging at you.
he's not a coward.
Yeah, he let some old lady throw a priceless jewel in the water without tackling her.
No, I mean, once he realizes how intelligent that ape is, he's not that scared of it anymore because he realizes it's not a monster just killing everything. He sees
Although
him
he's-
play hide and seek.
When she's playing hide and seek with it, he got a little nervous when it got close
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah,
And that was funny.
but he trusted her and found out he's really just playing.
I also love that because you could get close-ups in this movie and it still looks like a goddamn gorilla to me.
Yeah, it does. It's really good.
But we owe Tom Hanks a gratitude of thanks to, helping make Bill Paxton's career. Apollo 13 is what broke him in to becoming a serious actor. And then he became a leading man. This is a scene that I've tried to figure out for a long time. When he picks him up upside down and he's shaking him, I'm like, that's clearly a miniature. I don't think it's a real person. I think it's just a miniature person.
Yes, it's a miniature.
But it looks so fucking real. I'm like, holy shit. How did they do that? Oh, now I see what they did. They just created a very realistic dummy of him.
And again, he doesn't want to kill them. He wants to intimidate them and get rid of them. He's not killing anyone.
Oh, I like this one. And we could do a showdown, Mighty Joe King Congo versus Mighty Morphin Jurassic Transformer Godzilla. There you go. That'd be a hell of a clash.
I don't know what you're having, Sander, but I want some.
Yeah. If I didn't have a headache before, I'd have one now.
Oh, Helen Place is here. What's up?
Hi, Helen Place.
Yeah, Bill Paxton, man. Bill's Hudson. Hicks, get over here. I'm Hudson. That's Hicks. He, in my opinion, had some of the best lines in that movie.
Yes.
Here, now this is the CG ape, and god damn it, it's very well done.
Now, I know you're not so fond of that movie, but to me, Bill Paxton character is the one in Twister. I will always.
No, it's not that I do like that movie. It's just not that great a film. It's like Speed, but with a tornado. Yeah, this guy just like, I'm going to catch me a giant ape. Not thinking ahead. Nope. Not thinking about the weight of that vehicle compared to that ape. The strength
Please
of that
answer,
ape.
Martin.
What?
You asked him what he's taking for coming up with that show title. He's telling you.
Don't get it, but okay.
He
That's
just
cool.
pulls this
That's really
one.
cool.
Wait, how was
Sorry.
this one?
I got to tell you, I would trust James Cameron more as a sub commander than as a director. This guy knows what he's doing. I watched Mark Cinder sent me that video interview with him talking about that sub tragedy, and he explained what happened, how it happened, why it happened. I mean, he went into the minutia of it.
The thing imploded. At least there was a quick death.
Yeah, and it happened in what
Fraction of a second.
it was.
Yeah.
It's like a human brain is at this one point, and it was way before that. So your brain couldn't even process what happened to you. That's how
Well,
fast it happened.
They were incinerated before they got crushed. Just have to think of that. In a fraction of a second. Incinerated, then crushed.
I still don't think that the brain registered what
No.
happened to him. But again, here, this is you first see the CG one, and now you're going to be seeing the guy in the costume. But whenever they're really interacting, they tried as much to use the full scale ape for this. Yeah, but he hadn't been given star status yet. Tom Hanks made him one of the three main characters in that film. Whereas in that one, he plays Earp's brother. He gets wasted at the pool table. When I say wasted, shot. He gets smoked. And he was good in it. Memorable side character, but he was one of the main astronauts in the film Apollo 13, and that's because Bill liked him. I mean, Tom Hanks really liked him, and because another actor was supposed to play the part, something happened. They couldn't take the part. I think might have been Gary Sinise. I'm not sure at first, and that's why he got pushed to another role.
Who is
Oh,
Ted
yeah.
Hanks?
Yeah.
That's his brother. He does all the video games, and he
Okay.
sounds just like his brother Tom. He does the voice perfectly. Like he does the Woody voice for all the video games and cartoon shit.
No wonder I don't know who he is.
I'm not sure what he did though. Did he do something? Did Chet Hanks do something? I don't know. I don't know much about him. I just know he does Tom Hanks's voice. Oh, that's who he was. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this scene. He says, "You need to go."
I like it when what's her name? Charlize Theron's character.
Jill.
When she's Jill, yeah, she sees him walk outside the hospital and says to the doctor, he should have dropped him harder if he's already around walking here.
And you can tell he's clearly already like got the hots for the blonde girl.
Oh yeah. And the doctor tells her that. And the look she gives him is like, he's not bad. And I can't believe she has zero experience with romance. I mean, yeah, she's in the jungle, but she's with humans, with people. And there was never someone who she was interested in. She's in her 20s here. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, her big breakthrough role was that movie called Something in the Valley. It takes place in Los Angeles.
I haven't seen much of her stuff.
Oh, that's a great line. Yeah. Yeah, the failure of that film was not the director, although he's not the right director for doing action horror. Frank Marshall. The problem was the executive producer. And yeah, 6 Days in the Valley. Thank you, Monkey. You're in league with my brain, no matter how crazy you can get. Monkey gets me. Yeah, 6 Days in the Valley is the movie that introduced her to America. She's grew up, I do believe, in Sweden.
Did she?
Mhm.
Hold on.
Isn't she from South Africa? I think she's from,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
what I know. South
yes,
Africa.
she's from South Africa.
Well, I just remember reading in the trades that she, they had brought her over from Sweden.
Yeah, Johannesburg. That's where he was born.
But she doesn't have
Okay.
an accent.
Sander, you have created a snowball effect here.
And Jeanette Goldstein likes doing women's lingerie for big gals. Now, this is the giant robot in one shot, but I think that one's the superimposed one of the actor. Now she's interacting with the large one. They did a really good job of cutting back and forth in this film. Hell yeah. He was also the radar guy on comms with the airplane in Commando when he's telling them to, turn that plane around. Yeah, this is where Bill Paxton's character freaks out because he goes right by him.
Oh, and it's so great when she realizes that and she tells him, just jump out of the bush and say, you found me. And he's like, that's what I'm worried about, that you found me.
Yeah.
Scared shitless.
That's David Paymer. He's funny as hell. He's also minimally in, but he's a major character in Get Shorty.
That was
which is a film we need to do. I love that movie. The music.
We haven't talked about it yet.
Look at that fucking costume, that fur. I can't get over it. Just what an expert Rick Baker is at doing apes. And we would have gotten in 76, we would have gotten a more of a realistic ape. But Carlo Rambaldi and Dino De Laurentiis wanted him more man-like against his better wishes. But King Kong was played by Rick Baker in the 76 movie.
Masterfully, may I add.
Oh, he's great in that fucking movie, man. Yeah, I've met her, Monkey. She's really nice. I would really love to try to get her on the show. Just tell her we will promote your store, but we'd love to talk to you. Get her on the show. She was really sweet.
Well, you have your contact, then go try.
Yes, she does. And she does. She can go accent neutral. It's true. I'm not going to argue with that. It's true. He's always looking at her with really evil eyes. Yeah, he's the cop. Lance wanted to be the Terminator, and that's what he auditioned for. And he was good friends with Cameron. And so people don't remember. He's been around for a while. He was in Close Encounters. He was the main security guy. You see him in so many scenes in the background with a weapon.
I forgot about that.
The best thing Lance ever did was Millennium, and they screwed that up. Fox did. And they tried to give us an ending in the X-Files, but I don't know. We were still all brokenhearted because it was a damn good show.
Same thing they did with the Lone Gunman. I really like the Lone Gunman, and they decided to kill all of them
Fox
in an
just
episode.
doesn't. Yeah, Fox
the
doesn't. Fox. Oh my god, I just can't even get into it. Fox has screwed up so many things. During the major run of their show in the 90s, Fox would not allow them to shoot bullet impacts if they had to shoot somebody for years.
This is Pindy snitching about the gorilla to the Russian guy. Because money.
And he's
only motif.
he is a poaching hunter. All he cares about is trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard that. I actually watched the making of sometimes. Yeah.
I mean, as soon as he
I do
finds
know
out
that
he
it's
went
been
to-
mentioned in interviews. Go ahead, hon. I'm sorry.
As soon as he finds out they plan to bring him to a resort and not kill him, he's snitching to the Russian guy. because he knows he's going to dissect him and sell him in bits and pieces.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Sandra. He's in Close Encounters. He plays the Frenchman's security guard. The guy that leads the detail. And he's in Right Stuff. He played Wally Shearer. That's right. I got to tell you, we've never talked about that film. We need to, because The Right Stuff is one of my favorite movies. And they did such a better job than that fucking TV show.
There is no TV show.
Yeah, I
Not
watched
that bad, huh?
one episode, started to watch part of it. The second episode, I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. They're making them look like assholes.
He's thinking you're gonna get me killed too, woman. You better go. Because she is doing all the necessary things to be killed. I mean,
Yeah, she's
You
kind of a
just
knucklehead.
yeah,
She really is.
You don't stand up in front of a criminal, staring at him with disapproval and calling him names without a plan or at least a gun to back you up.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
die.
called talk softly but carry a big stick. Best
Well,
way to
you can-
threaten somebody is to very quietly do it.
You can tell she grew up without any person of authority in her life since her mom died. She was just letting run free, I guess.
Yeah, I'd have trouble believing that because she had to have had family somewhere else that would have. Yeah, so I think it's
They
an
just left her
unrealistic.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's-
is.
I remember the film, and I know I've seen it, but I'm trying to remember the premise in it. Oh yes, okay, so that's Sam Jackson and
Travolta, I think.
John Travolta. They reunited for that film, and there's something. One of them is not who they appear to be, is what it really is, and you think that Jackson is a bad guy, but he ends up. I think he's a good guy by the end of it. You find out what's really going on. I need to go back and revisit that film. I also got to be honest. I liked the General's Daughter. I thought it wasn't that bad a film.
No, I do think it was that bad of a film. That is one of my favorite books that I used to read
See,
religiously.
you're prejudiced. I didn't read the book,
Oh, you should. That book is awesome.
but I like the film, so I don't want to.
The film is shit, man. When I saw the poster, I said the General's Daughter, and it's with John Travolta. I said, "Oh, this is Christmas!" And I went to the movie, and I was, "The fuck is this?" That's it.
Yeah, it's kind of what it was. Yeah, and there she is. That's
Oh my
she's standing with the full size gorilla. Gorilla la la. And on that one, there was slight movement with it, but they had animatronics in the head. And they would have it move, and then they would cut to a close-up of the hero head. I love this scene when that kid waves at him, and you see him with his fingers sticking through the hole, waving back at him.
That's a giant sausage finger.
I don't know.
I've ridden in cattle cars, and I got to tell you, got some great sleep.
Really?
I think in real world, real life, she would have ridden with the gorilla in the trailer.
Oh, I like how
Oh,
he's
yeah.
teasing her because, like, every 2 minutes, she's like, "You think he's okay back there?" And after she tries to really shut up and not say anything, and then he says, "I think you should check on him." And I say to Gary, that's how I'm going to be with Amelia when we fly over, checking on her every 2 minutes. Are you okay in there? Are you still alive?
There it is. Big sausage finger sticking through. Mom.
That's not
Is
the
that an
kid he's
Explorer?
rescuing at the fair, though, right?
That looked like a Ford Explorer. That looked like a Ford Explorer.
No, it's a Chevy. I
It's a
think.
Chevy.
Do
What?
they use the same kid in the scene at the fun fair?
I don't know.
Could be the kid that he's rescuing. That would be fun. I just realized I didn't pay attention when we watched this. When you see all the kids later, is he one of them? It would make sense.
It would make it seem a little less random.
Yeah, it logistically.
Because that was the
makes
problem at the
sense
end
to
of the
use that
original
kid
film.
when he's there already.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like just out of the blue. They go by this orphanage is on fire in the original film, and I was like, kind of.
Well, they made perfect sense here because she's luring him with a torch, and then he sees that gigantic light at the fun fair, and he thinks that's her. So it makes absolute sense for him to go there.
Now, that's something I wanted to ask you. Maybe I misheard, but when Joe is looking at that searchlight and he thinks that is her calling him, I could swear that the freaking gorilla said home.
Huh.
Well, I do know that animals do mimic words. They try to mimic words. You can go watch videos where owners will say something, and a dog in particular will try to work the word out coming out of their mouth, and it sounds just like it.
Cats can make them meow sound like words sometimes.
Yeah, I
don't think that's the word.
I rolled back because I just got an image that I want to see again. Yeah, I think even a gorilla was taught to speak, but it could only articulate very badly about 5 words.
Well, I know that one Coco, I think.
Yes. No.
Learned sign language.
Yep.
It was very rudimentary the way it spoke, but it
okay.
got its point across.
Look at this guy at the back, the black guy. Tell me that he doesn't look like Denzel.
He
kind of does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Coco. You know that she started to refer to herself as a human.
Yeah.
And other apes that could not speak, she always called him black things.
That's sad.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why we don't see more apes like that have gone through that. Another film we need to do sometime is Project X.
Oh yeah.
Another film that opens with a Peter Gabriel song, "Shock the Monkey," which is not about shocking monkeys. It's about a marriage falling apart.
Huh.
And the woman is constantly trying to just get reactions out of the husband. Hence the title, "Shock the Monkey."
One thing that bothered me is they never show his enclosure, just the entrance part, and it's tiny.
Well, it's tiny. The enclosure just goes inside that little hill, and that's it. That's not enough room.
Well, the female doctor says it in the beginning when they try to get him out. It just looks tiny. He has a whole hill to run on, but you never see it. All you ever see is that tiny entrance part. But the girl is okay with it, and she knows him, so I guess it's big, and we just don't see it.
And of course, they had the actor that plays Joe in this do the thing you're supposed to do. It's like they did in 2001: A Space Odyssey. They had the actors go to the zoo and have them observe apes in a habitat and how they act. So that's why I really do like the opening scene from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Great makeup for that period. And the way they shot him was smart, keeping things at a medium distance. This film, the prosthesis face is so well done, and the eye movement is so natural.
John Alexander, that's the actor who plays Mighty Joe Young.
Yeah, that's him.
And Vern Troyer is Baby Joe. He's a dwarf actor.
Yeah, we know who he is. He passed away, sadly. What's he famous for, Martin?
Who?
Vern
Vernon
Troyer.
Troyer.
Oh, Mini Me.
Yeah, Mini Me. You knew it.
Man, I was so down when he died.
Well, I couldn't stand that he was on that reality show and he got drunk and pissed all over everything. And just, I'm like, this is just
Ew.
not, this isn't what they should be doing. It's embarrassing. It's humiliating. I hate reality TV for that reason.
Yep.
Not like news stories or things like that where you go look and research and do stuff like that. But when they get these people to go do something like dancing monkeys, I just fucking hate it.
What about doing basic on a Military Monday?
I have no trouble doing it. Yeah, I'll do it, Tom.
All right.
Make a
guys.
note of it. Make a note of it,
I will.
Martin
On
and
it.
Anima.
I'm on it. I have a list for Military Monday suggestions from our audience.
Error.
Oh,
Error. That's from a movie.
Eurotrip. Or Eurotrip.
The paint
That's
on
what
hair shit. Do you remember this
Yeah.
stuff, man? You know Steven Seagal was fucking buying the shit out of that.
No way.
Oh, yeah. When he fell in the ocean while making that movie with Tom Arnold, he went out the wrong door and fell in the ocean. Fucking hilarious. He went and looked, and there's Steven Seagal, and his fucking hair is like dripping down his face.
Oh.
And we need to do at least the first 4 films that he did that I thought were good. Above the Law, Hard to Kill. Was it Hard Target? Hard Target. And fuck, what was that one called? And the one where he's a Chicago cop and blows off one of the characters' legs with a shotgun. That was cool. And I like Under Siege. We do that one on a Military Monday. We could actually do Above the Law on Monday because he starts out in Vietnam.
Oh shit, that's right, Tim. Someone has a birthday today.
Yeah, I've already wished him a happy birthday on Facebook.
Did you?
I wanted to
Yeah.
do it in person. And then
I said,
then
happy
dropped into the
birthday.
studio so late.
One more trip around the sun.
Happy birthday, Martin.
Thank you. So, Tim, the first thing you're going to say getting into the show is that there's no video for you, mister.
We'll have a new video for him shortly, Martin. And he'll enjoy playing it.
Oh, that's a surprise even for me. I didn't know that you were working on a new video for Tim.
Oh, it was a coincidence, more or less. It's in one of the
Is
series
it ready?
I'm watching. No, I mean I told Gary to make it, but
I haven't had a chance. You got to remind me.
it's in one of the series that we are watching together. That I came
Oh,
It's from
That-
Conflict, right?
yeah, Conflict.
now the diva is hyped. Look at that.
Yeah, you wait for that. You wait for that, Tim.
By what name are you known? There are some who...
That's all you get, motherfucker.
No more for you.
By what name are you known? There are some who call me... Tim?
He didn't just.
By what name are you known? There are some who call me...
I am more than content with what Mr. Moncrief said. His voice.
Yeah, I'm just making a jumbled mess, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck you, Jeebus.
Oh, fuck.
here's the henchman.
Yeah, he's playing a Scotsman, but I don't think he's from Scotland.
He's also not a completely bad guy. He has a conscience.
That's why he gets killed or
Yeah.
whatever
No,
happens
he
to
doesn't
him.
get
killed.
murdered.
They just knock him off. So now he will.
No, he
inherit-
crushes his leg. Joe does.
No.
Steps on.
No,
There's
no,
the hold on, that's the prosthesis right there. That is not a real hand. Rick Baker designed that hand, and it looks really real. And that's
It
very clever
does?
the way they did it, because you see the hand come up and he's putting a glove on it, cuts to him, then cuts back, and it's his real hand. And it was a perfect transition. Well done by
But
Rick Baker.
The hand is so thick where the thumb should be that it could have been his real hand, and the thumb just rolled in really tightly and covered with artificial.
No, he's
skin.
missing a finger too. He's only got 3 fingers.
Yeah, you can do that with green screen too. But yeah, we went back and looked at it, and it's an artificial hand, but very well done.
Yeah, obviously I knew that wasn't his hand, but I thought it was a real hand. I thought it was they were using a hand double.
No,
Well, that's how I probably would have done it, but they decided it was probably easier just to make a prosthetic hand.
you really only see it in that one scene.
Yeah, it's the only time you see it. The rest of the time he's got the glove on.
Yeah.
So he's a Ninja Turtle.
Well, he loses the glove when he falls to his death.
It's better than
Fine.
being Welsh. Oh my God.
I love my Welsh step granny, but apparently everything is better than that. But this is actually a fact. I owe it to having a Welsh step grandmother that I speak English so well, because that's how I picked it up as a kid. My mom was very surprised when my teacher called her in. I thought I fucked up without knowing what did I do. And all he wanted to do is ask her, how come your daughter speaks English more or less? And nobody told me. My mom was very surprised. She just, what? Had no idea.
Because you were watching a lot of TV as a kid, right?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time with my my dad's half sister is a year younger than me, and with very old parents, obviously, my granddad and his second wife, and they just wanted her to have a comrade on weekends. So all 4 years of primary school, I spent a lot of weekends with her. The step granny would come pick me up after school on Friday and would return me Sunday evening. And the deal was Saturday and Sunday morning, the grown-ups get to sleep in and we get to watch TV. And what did we watch? Postman Pat and all the British kid stuff. And also my step granny would speak English to her exclusively because she grew up with 2 languages. So that's how I just picked it up. I just never spoke, so nobody had an idea. Until my teacher tried to teach me English and asked me why I was so bored. And I said, this shit is boring, apparently. He found out that I know a lot already. So he wanted to make sure with my mom, how didn't you not tell me? Because... And then he gave me shit to read. Because obviously I didn't have to do all the beginner stuff that the others had to. It was fun. I was actually allowed to read in class.
That's neat.
He's the best teacher ever.
So I did want to say where he's from. He's from Bradford, West Yorkshire, which is northern England, but it's still, I'd say, about 50 to 100 miles from Scotland. But he did a fair job with the accent in this.
It's close enough to play a Scotsman, I would say. I love that song that she sings with her mom in the beginning and that she sings to him to comfort him.
Mm-hmm.
It's their thing. It's a pretty song. And if that's her real voice, it's a pretty voice.
Now I'm going to point out that he was one of the stars of the series MI5, which was a good show. I did like it. One of those shows the BBC put out before they got stupid. He was also Kane in the movie Life Force, a film we still haven't done on our channel. Got to do it. He was also Ivan Putin on the sub in Hunt for Red October with Sean Connery. He's been around for a long time. And apparently no relation to Colin.
What is she was talking about?
She's having problems with the way they have everything set up. And she doesn't want him to be shown to people. He's not ready.
No, she wants him to settle in first. And that takes a while. Even though he's happy and he plays hide and seek on his first day there, they rush things and she's not happy.
The thing is, she doesn't know why Joe is upset, and it's because of this mofo who
Russian cocksucker.
He's rattling the chains, but then he drops them somewhere where they can't find them immediately. So they have no idea. When they do find the chains later, after he ran amok at the party, they immediately know somebody upset him deliberately to make him go apeshit, as we said in the beginning.
And I do believe that the chain thing was inspired from E.T.
Well,
The
wherever
man
it
with
came from.
keys.
It's
I
what the
can
poachers
see
used
why.
in the beginning to stir up the apes. They used the chain in the beginning scene when they kill his mother. So of course that would set him up all these years later. I think 12 years later is when this takes place.
Oh wow, he played Jacob Marley in 4 episodes of the TV series Dickensian. I got to go back and watch that. I heard it was very good and very respectful to Dickens. And if I've never said it, Dickens is my favorite author of all time.
I'm not surprised.
I just love the
I love
fact
it
that his use of the redemption arc as a theme. She's so pretty, it almost is annoying.
Okay, that's a new one.
No, I've run into that. Like I was in the army and Alicia walked up to me and she was really pretty with those piercing blue eyes, and I just got really annoyed by it. And I actually said she was talking to me, and I just sort of looked at her and I realized, oh man, I'm way too attracted to you. This is annoying. So I just said, hey, I've got shit to do. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have time for this. And I turned around and walked away from her. And I remember her saying out loud, "You're so rude."
Holy crap.
Yeah, and somebody must have noticed, because then they put her into your
Dude,
brigade.
Well, there was electricity between us and they sensed it. But I don't think it was healthy electricity.
I binged the 2 versions of the movie yesterday.
Yeah.
I watched this first and then the original, and in this frame, she really reminds me of the girl in the first one.
In the what?
In the first version, the original.
Oh, Jill in the original film.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, they do a really good job of nodding to the original film. They kept most of the characters' names. I got to tell you, Bill Paxton is a more interesting character than in the original film. And a great actor was in the original, Western movie star. I'm going to look it up real quick because I forget his name. God, he's in so many Westerns. He was close friends with John Wayne, too. Yeah, Steve Roseback. Very good actor. I think he was damaged goods because of the movie Helter Skelter.
Why?
Because he looked too much like fucking Manson. That's why.
Oh.
And he got relegated to bit parts. And like one of the biggest things he did after Life Force was being on the X-Files. I don't know why the name Hoyt Axton's in my head, but that's not who the actor is. There it is, 1949. Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson. Great Western actor. And it's like there's really no point for him in the original film other than being the love interest for her. So I'll help.
That's boring.
It's just a mistake in the writing. But I do like that. Like, I'm going to show you an image from this film.
If you pay attention, you're gonna see that Jack Prescott from Kong 76 is that same character. He's the cowboy. Jack Prescott.
Oh, right.
It's the same character.
Well, they kept repeating it. Like Kong Jr. Well, to be honest with you, they had one actor in all 3, playing the same character. The guy that was the captain of the crew in the first film, not the captain, but he was head of the crew. He came back to play the same character as his redemption film, and then They bring him back as a very similar character in Mighty Joe Young. He wants to exploit him. He's the guy with the place to take Mighty Joe Young to. The effects in this are incredible. I shit you not.
Dude, 1949. The things they did at that year with that tech is even comparatively superior to what this one.
Here it is.
Because at least
He
they
grabs him. I'm sorry. I just want to see what's happening here. I paused it. You go ahead, Martin, and I'll finish when you're done.
Oh, when this movie was done, they had a ton of tech. When the 49 was done, they didn't, and they mixed the stop motion with the real action in ways that, man, I couldn't believe it. I was watching that yesterday.
That's what Ray Harryhausen made him a star when it comes to doing these kinds of pictures. He outdid Willis O'Brien. He did.
And, yes,
I'm not kidding. His sculpts are so much better than what O'Brien would do. But if not for Willis O'Brien, there would be no Harryhausen because he brought him up.
Harryhausen is credited as tech number 1.
Okay.
But it's his sculpt. I'll tell you that right now. And here, look at this. This is Mighty Joe Young in the original film. And he's holding up a platform that she is on playing a piano. I didn't like that. I thought that was really phony. But still, look at that. Look at that sculpt. Isn't it great?
Awesome.
It is.
And he's really small. He's only about 14 inches tall.
Yeah.
So when you get this close up on it, it's still, I was like, it's still better than Kong.
Remember when we played that video, that short movie made with the armature?
Yeah. That was really good.
You can see the size of it. This is.
And this is how big he was.
Oh, this composition was very, very well done.
Harryhausen was a master at this shit. And there's Ben Johnson. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is just a paycheck. And there he is rescuing one of the kids from the fire at the end of the movie, where you think he dies. So it's just, I really do tell people, watch this movie. It's really good. We should probably eventually do it as well. So back to this one. We're almost done with this slideshow. We're going into the third act now. But I love that he mistakes this guy for the Russian because of the long hair. Picks him up, roars, and then gets irritated and just throws him. It's like, holy shit.
You're not the one I took a bite of. Go away.
Ben Johnson was everywhere, dude. He was close friends with so many Western stars, and from TV and film. And he got a lot of work, man. And he was a solid actor. He came up through the rodeo circuit, man. He was a real cowboy. Same thing with Slim Pickens. I love Slim Pickens, man. Poor Joe. He's misunderstood, and they don't know that somebody is tormenting him.
Yeah, but he's lost his right to have a place now. Nobody's going to take him, and he's locked out, which is sad.
Yeah, because they don't know that he's been tormented into this.
Yeah, but as soon as they do know, they bail him out, and it's brilliant how they sneak him out there. Such a fucking huge thing.
Dude, the thing that bothers me to no end is that here are these people, or corporation, use the name that you want. They bring the animal from their habitat to the city. Of course, weird shit is going to happen. But instead of being the company or the people being responsible for what happened and cover the cost of returning the animal to their original habitat, no, the response is always, let's kill the animal.
Yeah, and their safety measures. Their safety measures are ridiculous. Have you seen the fence on his habitat? And the
Right.
cute little river, and then there's this tiny.
You and I
little
joked
wall
about
where
that. It's
people
like,
are,
yeah, that's
but-
going to stop
yeah,
him. Yeah,
for a minute.
that'll
maybe.
stop people from going in there. Right.
Yeah. Oh, I got so angry when I don't know if you heard that because I think it was in Germany. There was a little kid, I think a girl. She climbed on the fence of an ape enclosure and she fell down. And one of the apes went to rescue her. He wanted to pick her up and help her. And they killed the monkey because it looked to them like he would go and do shit with the girl. All he tried to do was help her because she was crying and shit.
Does the name Harambe
Oh yeah,
rings
Harambe, that
any
was the
bell?
name. Yeah, that was him. I don't know where it was, but it made me so angry.
The States. It was in the States.
It wasn't okay. You couldn't just use tranquilizers to shoot him and then get the kid out. You had to kill him before even knowing what's happening. That was
Martin,
so sad.
pause the slideshow because somebody brought Ernest Borgnine up, and I'm a big Ernest Borgnine. There it is. Yeah, I love Ernest Borgnine, but play this video clip of him. He was on Fox and Friends, and this is a fucking amazing moment. I laughed my ass off when he said this live on fucking Fox and Friends.
Well,
oh, I didn't know if you were there. I'm like, did I lose you?
We are waiting.
Yeah, I shared the link with you for you to play.
Oh,
I thought
you
I can't play
were going
videos. I'm lucky I'm on here. My internet.
Yeah, he has shit internet, Martin. How can you forget that?
Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay.
I think I had better internet when I was still in Croatia because it was plugged into the wall, and now I'm on fucking Wi-Fi.
So here we go, and I won't be able to hear anything, but okay.
To the show, but real quickly, you're 91 years old. You look fantastic. You look like you're in your late 60s, early 70s. What's the secret?
I don't dare tell you.
You don't eat meat.
I masturbate a lot.
Okay.
Oh my fucking god! He thought he was whispering in his ear. He's still got a mic on.
Listen. Yesterday.
What are you doing?
It went all over.
Okay, we're going to take a quick time out. He'll be in the After the Show show. Log on to foxandfriends.com. I just shook his hand.
He shook his hand.
Ew. Okay, so if Martin can't hear the videos that he's playing, that's my job for the future. Until I'm on your internet, Gary.
Okay.
Because he needs to hear that shit. That was funny.
Oh, I will. I haven't closed the tab.
I have never read that, Tom. I'm gonna have to check that out. My favorite autobiography was by Peter O'Toole, "Loitering with Intent." I fucking love that book title.
I think they made a movie.
About what?
Not quite sure. Loitering with Intent.
About Peter O'Toole? I never heard about it. He ended up writing 2 books. Yeah, I'm hiding, but I'm peeking.
That's you
And
in
that's
the
the
movie
full
with your
scale.
dad.
That was the full scale sized gorilla there. God damn it, they pulled so much cool shit off. In fact, when they load him into the truck at the end for him to go, is one of my favorite composite shots in this film, because the gorilla is actually the actor in the suit, and the truck is scaled down version of the trailer, and the actors are composited in.
Now,
To get him to go up the ramp.
Jill shoots the guard with a tranquilizer dart with a dose for Joe.
Also, the scene when he's downtown, we're going to see that shortly. where he goes downtown Los Angeles in the final act is just so well done. The way they blended him into the cars, it looks so real. It's like I have trouble figuring out when I'm looking at a miniatures or if I'm looking at composite shots. It's so well done.
And that says something because
Look,
you're usually
I know
pretty
it
good
blends.
at spotting that.
It's
Look at
almost.
that. Look at that. It almost goes right with the background image. There's David Paymer. I love that guy. Funny actor. Great comedic chops. Yeah, that's a good quote. He was always so much fun to watch in interviews. Him and Richard Harris. Richard Harris still has my favorite story of all time, where he popped out to go. He says, "I'm going to go down to the corner store and pick up a pack of fags," and goes there and he sees on the newspaper that his favorite team is in town. So he leaves there and goes to see them, and then ends up following the team on their tour for like 3 weeks, and almost 3 weeks. And he gets back home, and she's changed the locks on the door. So he's forced to ring the doorbell. And when she answers the door, he's like, "Why didn't you pay the ransom?"
I love that story.
And she was the one who got him to tell the story in an interview. Because you tell him what happened. So he
It's
told
too good
told
not
the
to
story.
tell.
And she just laughed. I love it when wives get sick of their husband's shit. Willie Nelson was carousing, and I mean carousing. And his wife got sick of it and came home drunk, fell asleep on the bed on top of it. She rolled the sheets around him and sewed him shut, and then got a broom and beat the shit out of him.
Oh, you're giving me ideas.
That ended. His carousing ended. Look at those eyes, man. That dude is such a good actor. And we should watch it just so you can say you watched it. Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut.
Come on.
No, we just need to see it. It's something, what you need to do is keep a diary and mark shit down, and then things to remember about that film. And then I think that'll help you create your own, what do they call them? Mental mansions. Because I have those in my
Palace, mental
You
palace.
know,
Palace, that's it.
I do have a journal, but not for stuff like that. And
Oh,
Yeah, it's for all the
many-
shit that I do that pisses you off, I bet.
that too,
I
yeah. That too. No, just going to say there's so much good shit out there that I still haven't seen, and our watch lists are so long. And this is just one that if I die and haven't seen it, I'm fine. There is so much good stuff to watch.
I'm taking it back because I want to show something about Bill Paxton. Nobody does a pursed lip like him.
Dude, I made
my. He did it in Tombstone. He's actually done it in many shows. Bites his lip. He doesn't just do a pursed lip. He's kind of biting his bottom lip, thinking. And he did that in Tombstone, playing Wyatt Earp's younger brother, Virgil. Was it Virgil? No, Virgil was the other brother. God, I forget the name.
Why would
Morgan?
you like that though? I do that and I hate
Morgan
that I
too.
do it.
Yes,
It's because he's stressing about something, and he does it really well. I've seen him do it in so many movies. He did it in Apollo 13. It's just that's his go-to look for thinking and being concerned or fretting. The more he bites and moves his lip, the more fretted he is. And this guy just has a look of intensity and then one of the best fucking smiles. Swear to God, I love that guy when he smiles. To be honest, the the theme that I understand in that film is that learning that or finding what you're looking for isn't always what you think it's going to be. And it can be very disappointing. And that's really the heart of that story is this guy looking for something. He goes back home. And if you pay attention to Nicole Kidman's character, you understand that she's part of that group too.
You have to say like Spock did. Wanting, having is not the same as wanting.
Yeah. And at the end, I suspect that that's pretty much the end of their marriage.
You think?
Yeah. I don't know. Each person, I've never had a conversation about this with anybody. This is just my interpretation is that when I think he realizes the mask, what that meant at the end, that she was part of it, that she was there. She was one of those people having sex with other people.
Mm.
And he understands that he is way deep in the water and he can't swim. But I still don't like the movie. Don't like it at all. I also hated AI.
I don't.
Which was Kubrick's film that ended up with Spielberg, and he shot it the way Kubrick wanted it shot. And I don't know. I didn't like it. Kubrick, it's not like he's a perfect filmmaker because I couldn't stand his film. I just forget the name with Ryan O'Neal in it. You remember what he was in?
It's silly. That's it. I'm not going to watch it.
Yeah, I think all of it is. I think it's an absurd film.
Yeah, too many good.
It's about
to waste
excess.
time on this one.
It's a film about excess and somebody wanting something more in life, only to find out having it is not the same thing as wanting it, just like Spock said. I like this one. This is one of my favorite visual gags, that he's interacting with this thing, and there are real people in that car.
He moves the car like a basket.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Big basket.
The girls are so
And the girls
scared,
are giggling like, that was so
No,
cool.
yes. Yeah, afterwards, but first they're screaming, and he just picks it up and puts it to the side like a basket. And then one of the girls says, "That was so cool." Cracked me up. He doesn't want to hurt anyone, and in this case, he just wants to get to that light. And
Thank
I've
you,
seen her
Sandra.
and stuff, and I can't put my finger on it. The Chinese lady.
Well, this is Grauman's Chinese theater. Barry Lyndon is a film I meant, and visually stunning. Ridley Scott oddly made the better film, period film, with The Duelist. The Duelist is a much better film. That film is just so long.
Yeah.
And you feel every second of that movie, Barry Lyndon. It's like 2.5 hours, I think, almost 3 hours.
The Duelist? And
No, I'm talking about, I said Barry Lyndon. Barry Lyndon was a period film that Kubrick did, and Ridley went out with 1/10 of the budget and made a better film with The Duelists. Better story, better character arcs. Barry Lyndon's character is just, he's tragic, is all he is. I love that shot of LA. It's the same shot from E.T.
I paused it to show the search. Yeah, the searchlight.
Yeah, he sees the searchlight and he thinks it's a flashlight. So he starts heading that direction. Again, I love the miniatures they create that are like 1/3 the real size.
So bigatures.
Kind of.
That's the name.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but no matter what, Sandra, you'll never convince me otherwise. It is a weaker story to the Duelist story. And both of them got the same kind of lighting, but didn't spend a lot of money doing it. Ridley went and used real natural lighting. He shot on 800 film, 400 film, depending on the lighting. And God was so kind to him in making that film. Because that final moment in the movie where you see the Napoleonic bicorn hat on Harvey Keitel looking out there, looking all Napoleonic, and suddenly the sun, it's not a fact, it's real. It happened right at that moment. The sun breaks the storm clouds right on
great,
him.
Yeah.
And oh my God, that's so serendipitous that he even got that film made. And I still consider it one of the greatest Napoleonic films ever made. They were so poor. Every single time you see a wagon, it's the same wagon. They just do things to it. They couldn't afford to get another wagon. Yeah, again, incredible effects on this. And when you see him running here, I think this is the CG ape. They'll cut to show the actor, and then cut back to the CG ape doing all the action. Because they could not do the action with the actor in the costume the way they could with CG. And he outwits these guys climbing up underneath this bridge and hiding. And that's the same, I think that's the same canal from Terminator 2. Yeah.
Maybe.
Could be.
Because it hardly ever has it. It's only during the monsoon seasons that has any water in it.
And it's not a lot of water in there. It's super shallow.
Yeah, this is a really good gag because helicopters don't want to go under bridges. So they just go on each side of it and start looking on. We've lost him. Don't know where he went. Maybe up in this access. So they turn and they go to try to see if he went in the access. And I'm like, how are you going to go in there? Yeah, because what's his name? God, I forgot his name. One of the producer ghostwriters of Alien. He did 48 Hours, the director of 48 Hours. He was the one that saw Ridley's stuff and recommended him. And so did Dan O'Bannon. Dan O'Bannon liked his work. Well, that's what he was going for. But go watch Duelists and see what he did, because he is inspired by the lighting from the paintings of Vermeer, and you'll find it everywhere in that movie, that style of lighting. Go watch the film, trust me. Scott did the exact same thing.
Trust Gary? That sounds scary.
No, when it comes to movies, don't trust
Only
me
when it
anywhere
comes
else.
to movies. Okay.
Yeah, don't trust me anywhere else.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, look at those eyes. Oh, they gave him such emotional eyes.
Also, the sounds he makes are very emotional. He's communicating.
Yeah, and then he comes up to this damn thing. I love this.
Whoa. Monkey was in this scene.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm pausing to look, see.
No, I don't think in that precise.
Are you the little guy with the ball cap?
No.
Because I'm in a scene, but I don't know where I am in the movie Roller Coaster. Because they shot it when my football team was at the King's Dominion in Richmond, outside of Richmond, Virginia. Oh, that's a gorilla target? Come on, man. Those are always other animals. Look at him, just watching him. But that's cool. You're in the scene. You need to show us where you're at in there. Were you the black girl running here? I don't like zoom at all in a film. When you actually zoom, I don't mind if they go in tight, as long as it doesn't look pixelated, because that's what happens with film when you zoom in too far. And I'm talking film. And because film grain, you don't have pixels in film, you have grain, and it does show when you zoom in. But I do not like it when you actually do an active zoom in a movie. I dislike it because that pulls you out of the movie. It reminds you you're watching a movie. It's called enhance. Yes, enhance. Enhance. I love that in Super Troopers. They put that Blade Runner gag in there. Yeah, that's just it. And I have a problem with directors that do that. He is fully capable of telling a story and having character and story arcs. Okay, here we go. This is CG Gorilla right there. That's how good the CG was on this. It really kind of blew everybody away. And it blew me away to find out that that was a CG ape in this scene and in the running scene. When he's running, it's CG. When he's climbing, it's CG. Yeah. I don't think there's a single Hitchcock film I didn't like. I can't think of any. I even really especially love his early British stuff. 39 Steps. Oh my God. The Man Who Knew Too Much. The first version. Holy shit. That woman, the mother grabs that fucking rifle from the sniper. He's afraid to take the shot because of the kid. And she, of course, is an Olympic level shooter. She fucking grabs that rifle and kills the bad guy up on that roof, threatening her kid. I love that movie. There he is. You see that cop? That's Richard Ryle from Office Space. The one that gets fired and ends up selling his idea because he gets injured. I can't remember what the hell happened. He ended up trying to kill himself or some shit like that and survives it. Yeah, this is a great practical effect, by the way. Because that wasn't a miniature. It was a full-scale one. And then they added Joe and the kid in digitally. Yeah, no snipers are ready to take him down. Absolutely. In fact, I didn't even notice it when I saw it because I was so caught up in the movie with Vertigo. And the same thing with Jaws. Spielberg's DP was great in that. We watched the first film, and I commented that despite thinking it's hokey and goofy, he got some stuff right in that movie. It was closer than Stripes to what the military is like, but it's not a better film. Stripes is far better comedy. There he is. That's Richard. Yeah, snipers tend to not freestand like that when they're aiming. They usually want to have an elbow or something to mount on for their weapon. This Ferris wheel gag was really well done by the special effects group. And it's like he knows when you see him look down, it's like he knows that he's probably going to die, but he's going to protect his damn kid.
Yeah, he makes sure to fall on his back and have the kid safely on his chest. He knows it's going to hurt, at least.
I recognize that voice.
Yeah. Rocket Kitty getting ready to rocket.
I don't know. I think that they did a really good job of giving Joe a really good personality.
And he's redeeming himself here. And I mean, it's yeah. When the kid says, well, I have money for a new home for him, and then everybody starts giving money. I like that ending. That in the end they raise enough to give him a new home. And not just him. She has her own resort then. Not resort, what's it called? Reservation or
Reserve.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, reserve.
Preserve.
Yeah.
Where animals are not getting exploited for safari or shit like that.
I like Secret Agent, good film, and Young and Innocent. That's another good film. He kind of did the same thing with the Henry Fonda film later. I forget the name of it. It's just not hitting me right now, but where the guy is accused of a crime he didn't commit. I like Hitchcock's thrillers. I like all of his early stuff.
Gary, without me there, nothing should be hitting you. That's my job.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hitchcock was not only a great director, he was also really good at helping his directors of photography set up those scenes. He had it's all in his fucking head. He also was the one who created the overhead shot in Dial In for Murder. Nobody had ever done that before, and it's so brilliant because it throws the audience off to be above the crime as it's being committed. I've been trying to get her to come on the show. She's busy, but if I get her back on, because I was just talking to Robot Head about joining us for another Blade Runner thing, and he's very interested in doing it. And I will talk to her about that, but we could, God, she's such a busy person. I hate bugging
She's
her.
been on twice though, right?
Yeah, she's been on our show twice, and she messages me all the time. She's just a really
She
good
messages
person.
you photos and
Well, she's in that one photo. It was funny, a selfie.
yeah.
It was cute too, but her hair looked a little wild, like she had just gotten up.
Cute but weird. Cute but weird. That one.
She's just such an odd bird. First time I ever talked to her, man, we didn't talk about anything but growing up Catholic.
Okay.
Hey, we have another monkey in the house. War Monkey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, War Monkey.
Yeah, we're almost over here. We're at the end of the movie. They buy
is it
this
so
plot of
late?
land just for Joe to run around on and protect him from poachers.
I was just so happy he didn't die. I was very emotional.
Well, so often a lot of his British films are forgotten. Hale and Place, and it bugs me. I'm like, how can you say you're a fan of Hitchcock and not have watched his early stuff? There we go. That's a CG ape running here. In fact, I can't tell where the CG begins and where the real land starts because there's so much CG in this shot.
Well done, CG though.
I concur. So there we are, man. Ooh, small. There, thank you. Yeah, I love Parker Posey. I used to have a crush on her way back.
Still.
Huh.
The last thing I really enjoyed with her in it was Josie and the
Red?
Pussycats. That's the last thing I really enjoyed with her. Yeah, she started getting in too many films that I don't like.
Wasn't she on Red? On Red 2?
She may have been. I don't remember. I didn't see Red 2. I only saw Red 1. Or first one. So, but yeah, if you like Hitchcock, you got to go back to his original British films. And I'm telling you, as much as I love Doris Day and Jimmy Stewart and The Man Who Knew Too Much, the original film from Britain that he made is the superior story. It's a better written story. Peter Lorre, man, that was the film that introduced him to American audiences. I saw it. have the 39 Steps. Yeah, I love 39 Steps. Love Rebecca, Saboteur, Strangers on the Train, Under Capricorn, Notorious, yes, Spellbound. Rope, it gets a lot of negative criticism. I fucking love what he did there. It was so clever because he knew that every time you load the film into the camera, you have exactly 10 minutes of film. So he would plan out to move into an object, like a person's back or a bookcase, and then like suddenly come right back because they reload the camera. And it was done like a stage play. You're watching it like it was all real time. The story takes place in real time. The first movie to do that. Fucking brilliant. Dial In for Murder, great one. Rear Window, you watched it with me, Anima. You love that one, where he's in the wheelchair and his girlfriend, played by Grace. What's her name? Princess Grace.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, she goes over there and he sees it and he can't do anything because of his fucking leg.
Yeah.
She's in danger. I love that tension in that movie. Raymond Burr was the killer in that. And for all the Vienna lovers, I love The Third Man, Hell to the Yeah. Orson Welles.
Actually, The Third Man introduced Vienna to Hollywood, and from that moment on, it was cast as Russia a lot of times on similar places.
Well, they
Yeah,
use
that's really different
what's that
place.
instrument they use? Because it's an Austrian instrument they use. It's like a
I don't know
mandolin,
the-
but it's
Yeah,
Balalaika?
I don't know the English word. The German word is Zither.
well, that's what they use. And it's got an amazing soundtrack because of it.
It's a board with chords on it, and you hit it with little hammers.
Yeah.
That song is internationally famous, and rightfully so. There's actually a tour you can take in the sewers from Vienna.
From what I understand, Monkey, she was already kind of batshit crazy, but she hadn't got her self-confidence up enough to start doing it in public. And she is fucking weird. She is also the sister of Warren Beatty. Anima hates that movie. Couldn't finish it. I love that movie. The Wrong Man is the one I was talking about. That's the one with Henry Fonda, which is kind of a remake of that other film, the Innocent film you brought up. Psycho. I love Psycho. I don't know. I would like you to see it because it's not horrifying. It's just a good story.
I just have one thing to say about North by Northwest. I tried. And that's all I'm ever going to say about that.
She couldn't get past the premise, and it just drove her nuts. But The Birds is really good. That scared the shit out of me as a kid. Marnie, I still am not sure how I feel about it. It's well shot, great acting. Sean Connery, Topaz, Paul Newman, Frenzy was his last Psycho film, and that one's intense. I like that film a lot. Then he did that. You know what? I've never seen Family Plot.
Oh.
Because I heard it got out of hand. He died. All that stuff happened. And I don't know if I want to watch that movie. Great cast in it, though. What was that?
Yeah, I don't know. Martin?
My phone.
Martin? Oh,
Yeah.
your phone. So, Congo, we already talked about that motherfucker. We're not talking about that movie again. This is
Just
the
a couple
superior.
weeks ago.
This is the better film about apes. I heard the Third Man tune today. Oh, really? That's interesting.
You still have Christmas markets in January? That's weird.
Selling what they got left at dirt cheap, yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing about Austrian Christmas markets. The magic stops at Christmas, and the one I was working at is already going way over by working until the 26th.
Yeah, he didn't look the part at all. He needed the prosthetic nose, too. But, he still went comic. I mean, it is a very comic-friendly movie based off of the comic strips. Bright colors, just like in a comic strip. It's a fun movie. It's got Mandy Patinkin in it as 88
Oh, I
Keys.
love him. I love the guy.
That's his name. 88 Keys in the movie, Mandy Patinkin. It's a movie you should watch. We should watch it. The only thing I hate is Madonna is in it. I fucking can't stand it.
She should not be acting. She really shouldn't.
Oh, really? Okay. So I should have skipped it, and I'm glad I did. Okay. So they're having a private chat there. So it's still here, and the Bruges it's
in
Christmas
Bruges.
market for another. That's a movie I would like to watch with you.
I love that movie, man.
I did too. Colin Farrell and Gleason.
Which one?
What's his name?
In Bruges.
In Bruges.
Okay.
What's the Irish actor's name? He's close friends with Colin Farrell in real life. It's Gleason. It's something Gleason. And he's got his two boys that act too.
Scott?
No, he's Irish. Is an Irish name. I can't think of it right now, but he's a
Scott
great
Gleason.
fucking actor.
I don't know.
He was in that Stephen King series that I liked a lot about the smiley face killer.
And in Edge of Tomorrow, he was a general.
That's right. He's the general that sends him to punish him, sends him to a frontline unit. That's him. Brendan Gleeson. Is that it? Brendan,
yes.
Brendan Gleeson.
Okay.
His son is Domhnall. Best known for Disney Star Wars. Terrible character. But he's a good actor. The kid's a good actor. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sandra. You said it as I was saying it too. So there you go. Great minds think alike. The fat guy. He's in one of my favorite drama thrillers where he's an Irish priest that's been threatened that he has only so many days and then this person's going to kill him. And he's not done anything bad, but he starts to kind of go back and talk to certain people. Then finally at the end, it happens. The guy walks up to him and he says, I have to kill you. And so he accepts his fate and gets murdered on the beach at the end of the movie. And it's heartbreaking, but it's a very well acted film. Wrapping up an event after the initial date is very German and Austrian. Also, he was also in 28 Days Later. Yeah. Anybody else excited about this third film? I'm looking forward to it. 28 years later.
I haven't seen any one of those movies, so I wouldn't be precisely hyped about it.
I liked the first one. I liked how he pulled it off. It was very guerrilla looking the way he shot it. And this last one, I was reading that he didn't use regular cameras. He used iPhones to shoot the whole film.
Well, they record very well.
They're very professional, Anima, trust me. And that trailer looks really good. I like that one zombie looking thing coming up, and it's apparently not a zombie. It is that character. He's been starving. And he comes up.
Cillian's character?
Cillian Murphy, yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing this movie, see what happens. I hope it's good. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for being here. Dragon Ruse, Penny, Jeebus, Tom Baker, Sandra Hammerslag. I just feel like that needs to be the name of a hard drink. And Helen Place, Zachariah 315, and of course our other buddy, War Monkey is here. So it was a House of Monkeys today. And you just wrote it as Jeebus. I see it up there. It's Monkey Jeebus, yeah. So it's good to see you.
It's always Jeebus and then something. Most part of the year he's Monkey, but he does change it. But Jeebus always stays. So Jeebus counts.
That's fucked up, dude. 20 years makes the rage virus less lethal than Magic Johnson's AIDS. Oh my God. I love South Park's take on it that it's money. It's actual physical money that saves his life. And they need to make a serum out of blended cash.
What?
Stupid as fuck.
South Park is so fucked up.
Yeah, but it's funny. It just makes me laugh. I just laugh at their shit.
I never got
so
into
funny.
it, so I don't know that much.
You watched one episode with me that I made sure was really well written one, and you enjoyed that episode. I heard you laugh at some of the stuff, and I'm like, there you go. I showed you
I'd
just
say
the right
nothing
one.
they do is funny, but most of it is just too
I will
fucked up.
only show you episodes that I think you're going to be amused by if I ever show them to you.
Well, yeah, I taught you what amuses me and what is just like, fuck off. So, you learned that. It's been 2.5 years, more than that.
So, anyway, guys, I like the advice, Tom, for doing. What was the movie he recommended?
Basic.
Yeah, Basic.
Oh, it's on my list now.
It's a fun film. So yeah, she's made it, put it on the list. So we will watch it. I want everybody to have a great Friday. Don't forget later, John will be on getting his ass kicked by another video game. If you guys love to watch somebody suffer miserably, come on, John.
No. Tonight there won't be gaming show.
No? Oh, did he puss out? What's going on?
No. I have my family is taking me out to dinner, so I cannot run the show.
Martin's got to do stuff. All right, so fuck you guys.
No, it's his birthday, so for once he doesn't have to cook. I think it's
Who
nice.
celebrates their birthday?
He gets fed. That's all I care about. Usually,
I do like that.
in the kitchen and they
I will
eat
tell you,
everything.
when you get here, all I want for my birthday is a German chocolate cake. That's it. I don't want gifts. I don't need cards. I hate that stuff. I'm like, look, man, I'm not going to celebrate getting older. I'm getting closer to death. What's to celebrate that? In fact, when we celebrated on the channel, all I do is I put up a thing, a thumbnail that says, Gary's closer to death celebration.
Well,
Martin's been here for that when I did that.
To answer your question, I do not celebrate my birthday. Other people do.
And that's
celebrate my birthday.
That's good, because that means that they love you.
Or they're counting
looking for you dying.
1 year less.
Hi, Dad. You're so much closer to death. We love that. Yes.
Remember what I told you the other day, Gary? Remember what I told you the other day? I sent you a message. I said I'm hoping.
I don't remember. No.
I asked for getting time off, and 1 week.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
Whatever. Not important if I have to say it.
Well, we don't know.
I think he forgot to put the on-air sign out of his door again. And somebody's disturbing him. I don't know.
Oh, at the beginning of the pandemic, we have.
Sorry, guys.
We have those signs, but I think that they lasted like 2 or 3 weeks, and nobody knows where they are now.
So, if we do a celebration this year, what should we do for the celebration?
I was just going to remind you. I told you about the 2 weeks that I'm getting off, but the second one is in May. And I said, I hope this is not going to be an issue because I hope by May I'm over there because both our birthdays are in May. And it's not because I want to celebrate or anything. I just want to be together as we get older. And that doesn't necessarily mean birthday.
My birthday this year falls on Military Monday.
It would just be nice to start living together with our birthday.
Nobody heard me? Anybody hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Military Monday.
It'll be on a Military Monday. So there we go.
I had
Stripes it is.
Monday last year. No, not again.
Yes, Stripes.
We weren't done Stripes.
We did. Yeah.
We did that one, and then the next week we did In the Army Now, and basically everybody agreed that Stripes is the better movie. Period. It's a better comedy.
I don't remember me doing any of those shows.
We did.
Well, that was back when you were sniffing glue and smoking crack. So
what do you mean was?
What do you mean was?
Okay, time to go.
Yeah, we need to get that clip. Looks like I picked a bad week to stop sniffing glue.
That was from my first show when you said that. Because you kept looking for the message that I sent where I answered on one of the posts that you made pre-show. Because I still wasn't there because Danny hadn't sent me the link and you were just looking for me essentially. And I was already on the show and you were still looking.
Normally we would do the would I lie to you, but I don't know. I enjoyed just doing the conversation we had today. I don't want to interrupt it. I just don't do it. But we need to start doing some of this stuff because I have this one too.
You're Here's the clip of the day.
Where we show like a video from YouTube that is fucked up or funny. Or
We
fucked
had
up.
that planned? I didn't know.
Well, that's something I've been thinking about doing on Fridays. That's where I talk shit about like Superman or one of those things. Little
You
things I
should
want to
do
keep doing.
that Friday morning. Absolutely.
Well, when I start doing TGIF, I'll do an hour show on Friday mornings. And if you guys, I mean, I'm hoping some of you guys would enjoy that. I'll probably do it closer to noon, like 11 to noon, or 12 noon to 1.
Old
Just
man
so
needs to
I-
sleep in.
It'll just me talking.
I would love that, but as long as I'm working, I won't be able to be there.
Absolutely,
Shut
Tom.
up, you
I like having an
shut-
international audience that watches the show. I traveled a lot, and I have such fond memories of going to places, going to Belgium, going to France, going
I
to
hope we get to
Spain.
travel together.
I got a hint of Italy and Morocco, mostly England, a lot of England. That includes Wales and Scotland. I spent a lot of time there. Lived
Well,
in
and
Ireland.
Germany.
I lived in Dublin for a year.
You were in Germany too, right?
No, I didn't get to go into Germany.
Oh,
Well, wait a second. No, I did, because we went to the Alsace-Lorraine and we did go to the German side. Because I got to meet some of the people I'm related to. And I got to tell you, I like the French side, did not like the Germans. They were fucking German hillbillies. That's all they fucking were. I shit you not, they were fucking hillbillies. I'm like, there's some inbreeding here. I smell it. I smell inbreeding.
Well, to be honest, there are hillbillies everywhere. That's a
yep.
part of the human condition.
It's true. I told you there were the hillbillies down in Mexico were the they're the descendants of I just forgot their name. The Meso Indians that were there before in the Yucatan, the early ones. Little short people, very dark skin. Cannot think of their name. Anyway, they're the laborers there in Mexico, down in that part on the peninsula. And this guy couldn't afford his rent. So he went into town to a bank, robbed the bank exactly for the amount that was needed to pay his rent. And he apologized.
Nice.
And then surrendered himself afterward, went to jail. But his rent got paid.
That's sad, but at the same time, it's nice.
No, it's the ones that before the Aztecs, the Mayans. The people down there in the Yucatan are very short. And you see them doing most of the labor down there. And they are clearly like not like your northern to coastal Mexicans on the other side. Olmecs, that's it. They're probably Olmecs. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Yeah, Olmecs. Thank you. So they're fascinating people, Anima. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet. I'm serious. Just so
Okay.
kind and generous. And it kind of surprised me. And of course, they're selling their food too. You don't want to buy their food. If you're from America, do not buy their food because you will get the Hershey squirts later.
The what?
And I ended up going to a restaurant there. It was
You will get the what?
Hershey squirts, the shits, explosive shits.
Yikes!
And-
I've never heard that expression before.
I have never, but I pictured immediately. But
All right,
This-
I'm going to tell you something here, and you have to decide if it's true or not.
I thought we had a week off from this shit. Oh well, let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to what?
I said I thought we had a week off from this shit. But okay, let's do it.
Yeah, whatever. because I started to tell you something, and I'm like, you know what? I should do this.
Fine.
True or false? Stop whining.
Yeah. It's past midnight. I get to whine. Are you going to tell us?
I'm fucking because Martin can't do this, and you don't do it, so I have to do
I
the
don't
poll.
know how. No one
Yeah,
taught me to.
Fuck, man. You say you're not like his wife and frantic, but Jesus Christ. So there's the poll.
Stop, Gary.
So I went to eat at a restaurant called Carlos O'Kelly's. Has anybody ever heard of this place? They have one down. They have one down on the Yucatan in Cancun, and they have a lot of American restaurants there. And I went there and I ate a dinner. I had steak, rare steak, and I had a side of I can't remember what it was, but it had guacamole and it had fresh vegetables.
Okay, the story's a lie. Gary can't remember what he ate. Has to be a lie.
And the next day, Patty had scheduled us to go on a boat ride out to do some snorkeling. So we get out on the boat, and suddenly my stomach starts making horrific sounds like. That's what it sounded like. And I'm sitting there just like getting cramps. Like, you know, you get that stitch where it's like your guts is like moving and it's like pushing and pulling your guts, and it's terrible. I'm sitting there and I'm starting to get peaked looking. I was sweating. It wasn't a hot day. It was a nice, cool, breezy day. And I'm sitting back there in that boat, and I finally said to her, I said, I can't go out with you. I said, I'm sick to my stomach right now. And I said, I probably shouldn't go underwater with this. So she went, oh, okay. Are you sure? I'm like, yeah. So I stayed there on the boat, and they didn't have a fucking latrine, not even a bucket to piss into on this boat. And so I'm looking around, couldn't find anything. And suddenly it was overwhelming. That wave, everybody who's ever had the shits knows what that's like. And it's coming and you feel it. And I pulled my pants and barely had time to stick my ass over the side of the boat and shit into the fucking water. And it looked like fucking moss on top of the water, just a big, long pile of something from a Japanese kaiju film.
Wait. So is this the real story about the BP leakage?
So I shit my brains out. And I mean, I was so sick to my stomach. It hurt so bad. And I shit. And then as I was done, there's nothing to wipe with. So I splashed water up on my ass. And I ended up pulling my shorts back up. And when I stood up to look over the top of the boat, I saw that they were finally coming back to the boat. But they weren't coming back on the side they launched on. They were coming onto the side I just shit in. And I was too horrified to warn anybody. And they did. They swam under it. And nobody came up through it, though. I was so thankful. Because the tide had moved it far enough north of the boat. I'm just thinking, what am I going to say if they fucking end up like coming up through that? I'm not going to say a fucking thing. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
They would have thrown you off the boat if you had said something.
Like, I have no idea what that is. It smells like shit. I don't know.
Ew.
So is that a true story? Did I really shit in the ocean and people swam under it? Or did I just make that shit up because it's funny? I mean, I couldn't remember what I ate, so you tell me.
That's what has me skeptical.
So I'm going to look, see what they're doing. About 20% true, 67%, 33. So it's going up. People are still voting. So the blob, it kind of reminded me of the smog monster from Godzilla vs. Smog Monster.
How it's called?
Ghidorah. It's Ghidorah or Ghidorah?
No, Hedorah.
Hedorah, that's it.
Ghidorah is the three-headed dragon.
Yeah, it's Hedorah. And
Oh my god!
You don't give a shit, Tom.
Nice.
And the funniest part was, I wasn't sure if I wanted to tell Patty what happened, because if she had swam into that stuff, I would have pulled a Seinfeld and just been grossed out and never dated her. He just broke up with her. That's it. Biollante was another one. Yes, I like that one too. But Hedorah is the one with the slime, the smog monster.
Oh my god, Sander.
What did he say? It took a poo between the ancient ruins on Crete. Oh my god, Sander. Look, man, when you got a shit, you got a shit. So it is 33% true, 67% false. For those of you who voted false, I gotta tell you, you're completely wrong. That is a true fucking story.
Yeah, that is. It has the perfect level of fuck it up.
And I'll tell you why I don't really remember everything
you.
I ate is because we were drunk. I drank the shit out of Soul beer. You're down here, you know the beer I'm talking about. It's like 25 cents a bottle when I was down there. It's the cheapest beer I ever had in my life. It was good. Drop some fucking lime or lemon in it. Oh. I don't drink piss water normally, but I enjoyed Mexican piss water. It was really good. I had Corona too, but Corona I didn't enjoy as much. I like Soul.
Corona has a very good public relations department. That's all I have to say.
That's why they're very commercial here in the U.S.
It's an
Soul,
okay beer, but you know what cracked me up?
Is a regional beer. They actually drink it down there. It's like Australia. Everybody thinks that Foster's Australian for beer. It's not. Nobody in Australia drinks that. It was meant specifically for Americans.
You know what was really funny? During the pandemic, I was living in Croatia, and they sell all kinds of beer. Like you can get literally everything there. So
by the way, you didn't call me on it. I did. It's a true story. So it was a true story.
You weren't asking, but I was going to go for true anyway. Did you sell Corona in Croatia during the pandemic? Nobody was buying it. It was on sale, ridiculously cheap.
Because of the fucking disease.
Yeah,
people are stupid. I swear to God, stupid is all over the place.
That beer because it was so cheap because it was on sale everywhere.
Like you're gonna have the illness because you're drinking a beer with the same name. Everybody knows it was the 5G towers.
Yeah, right. It's fucking towers.
So I think we will start doing TGIF in the morning on Fridays and change the name of this show. Because we're talking about movies on this show, and we should have a name that's something like that, which we fucking love this movie, you know.
So you want to do 2 shows on Friday, one in the morning and this one in the
I will do one by myself. Okay. Martin can be there if he wants to, but I can do it by myself and I'm just going to be talking the shit I normally do. But I'd like to have you to bounce off of, Martin, because your opinion on a lot of the things that we talk about, it's like what Keith talks about. I took a year off of that shit. Well, almost 2 years, I guess. I got sick of it after December of 23, when Gunn got put in a position, he released the idea of hiring Cavill. Wasn't going to happen. I'm done. I'm just done.
There was just
too much bullshit
to talk about anymore.
Yeah, and then Mikey goes and passes away and fucking broke my heart.
Yeah.
And that had a huge impact on me. I don't show it to you guys.
Too busy.
I don't show it to you guys, but Mike's death changed how I wanted to do things. So I just didn't even I stopped talking about Geekosity. And from what I was told, Geekosity suddenly just disappeared. I don't know. Is it still gone?
You tried to keep it up, but Kieran was so busy that he could barely come on the show, and then that kind of died. Having him on. I have no idea whether they are still going or not. But if it was just Kieran left to do it, how can he do it alone? There's no way.
Holy shit. it's something else now. I don't know what the fuck this is. Somebody else bought the fucking website.
Hopefully it
Daftar?
can.
That's a shame.
Hmm.
And I need to talk to Socks. That pisses me off.
Socks is going to be devastated.
Well, he knows. He's the one who told me that the website's gone.
Hmm.
I just think that Mike deserved more than that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're doing the Uber. Is it Uber or are you on Lyft? What are you doing? Yeah, he worked in the film industry, Tom. He's had arguments with big people.
He says he had.
At least I trust him. I believe him.
Not always. Not always.
I do. So you're working
Sometimes
for
he's
Uber.
just so fucking high.
Well, he fucks around a lot. There's no question about it. But when he's talking about something that he did on the set, I trust that it really happened.
Well, he fucks around and he's married to his bonk, so I'm cautious about trusting.
That is his look, man. Everybody has a right to have a good significant other, and his bong is his significant other.
Yep.
And I think that it probably loves him back, makes him high. So it's all we ask, right, Monkey? So let's get out of here. Everybody, I want to thank you again for being here. Thanks for playing the game with me. I hope you enjoyed the story. It's like the only person I think that can really outdo me in fucked up stories is Greg Davies. Because his stories are fucking hysterical. The shit that happened to him. Like when he shit his pants at school when he's a teacher. And he had his grandmother's underwear on for some reason. And he couldn't figure out how that...
I wonder how many people's dinner you fucked up because all of a sudden they're not hungry anymore.
I guess. Okay. There we go.
That was
Poop.
gross. Yeah. Stop telling gross
Hey.
stories.
Hey. Shit happens.
It does.
So thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate it. We've got 16 minutes over. Appreciate all your chat, and we love you guys, and we'll see you next time. We'll be here tomorrow. What movie are we doing tomorrow?
FX.
I love that fucking movie. Got to watch it tonight, honey. Yay. I love that movie. All right.
Oh.
See you guys later. Have a great Friday. Don't forget, you got Friday Night Frolics tonight with Doomcock. That's always fun. Motherfucker can sing. Anyway, bye, guys.